Expanded Week 2, The Global Agenda Exposed, What the Great Reset Really Is, Part 1. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Ephesians 6:12. Introduction: A crisis as a catalyst for control. The authors of *COVID-19, The Great Reset argue that the pandemic is more than a public health event. It is a transformative crisis with the power to reshape the global order, economies, societies, and even the way humans live and think. They openly compare its potential to that of World War II in terms of the scale of change it will unleash. What they present as an opportunity for rebuilding is, in reality, a blueprint for centralized global control and the reordering of every sphere of life under a new paradigm. This reset is not a spontaneous response. It is the acceleration of systemic changes already in motion: retreat from national sovereignty, rising surveillance, automation, digital currencies, global governance, and redefined social contracts. Understanding each pillar of this agenda is essential to equipping Yashar'el to resist it. The architects of the reset. Key organizations driving the agenda. 1. World Economic Forum, WEF. Founded by Klaus Schwab in 1971. Annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland. Convenes global leaders, CEOs, and policymakers. Promotes stakeholder capitalism and the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Explicit goal: no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve Elohim and Mammon. Matthew 6:24. When corporations serve multiple masters, they ultimately serve the one with the most power, the state. Real-world examples: BlackRock's ESG mandates, environmental, social governance ESG scoring, companies rated on compliance with social goals, investment decisions based on ESG scores, punishment for non-compliance through divestment, corporate censorship, tech companies deplatforming dissenting voices, banks closing accounts of political opponents, payment processors blocking transactions, airlines banning passengers based on views. Watchman analysis. This creates a system where economic participation requires ideological compliance, a precursor to the mark of the beast system where no man might buy or sell without allegiance. Revelation 13:17. 2. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, programmable money. The technology. CBDCs are digital versions of national currencies, issued and controlled by central banks. Unlike cash, they are traceable, every transaction recorded; programmable, can be restricted or expired; controllable, can be frozen or confiscated; surveillable, complete financial transparency to authorities. Nations implementing CBDCs. China Digital Yuan, ECNY. Launched in 2020, expanded rapidly. Integrated with social credit system. Can be programmed with expiration dates. Tracks all purchases and movements. Used to enforce compliance and punish dissent. Example: during COVID lockdowns, the digital yuan was programmed to only work in certain locations, forcing compliance with movement restrictions. European Union Digital Euro. In development, pilot programs launched. Promoted as convenient and secure. Will replace cash gradually. Integrated with digital identity systems. United States Digital Dollar. Federal Reserve exploring options. Bipartisan support in Congress. Framed as necessary to compete with China. Concerns about privacy largely ignored. Nigeria e-Naira. Launched October 2021. Low adoption due to public resistance. government considering forcing adoption. Used to track remittances and tax evasion. India Digital Rupee. Pilot programs in multiple cities. Part of broader Cashless India initiative. Integrated with Aadhaar biometric ID system. Enables unprecedented financial surveillance. The end game. Once CBDCs are fully implemented, cash will be phased out or heavily restricted. All transactions will be monitored. Spending can be controlled, no unapproved purchases. Funds can be frozen for non-compliance. Universal Basic Income, UBI, can be distributed with conditions. Negative interest rates can be imposed. Money loses value if not spent. Biblical warning. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy and sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Revelation 13:16-17. CBDCs create the infrastructure for this system. While not the mark itself, they are a necessary precursor. Watchman strategy. Reduce dependence on digital banking. Use cash while still available. Develop barter and trade networks. Invest in tangible assets, land, tools, precious metals. Build community-based economies. 3. Universal Basic Income, UBI, dependency by design. The proposal. Governments provide regular cash payments to all citizens, regardless of employment status. The justification. Automation eliminating jobs. Economic disruption from crises. Reducing poverty and inequality. Simplifying welfare systems. The reality. UBI creates permanent dependency on government, making citizens compliant subjects rather than free individuals. How it works with CBDCs. 1. UBI distributed via CBDC wallets. 2. Funds programmed with restrictions, expiration, approved purchases. 3. Compliance required to receive payments. 4. Non-compliance results in reduced or eliminated UBI. 5. Social credit scores determine payment amounts. Case study. Canada's Emergency Response Benefit CERB. During COVID-19, Canada provided monthly payments to citizens. This created dependency on government support, reluctance to return to work, acceptance of government control, precedent for ongoing payments. Biblical principle. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat. 2 Thessalonians 3:10. Work is not just economic, it's spiritual. It provides purpose, dignity, and independence. UBI undermines all three. Watchman strategy. Maintain employment and productivity. Develop multiple income streams. Build skills that create value. Reject dependency on government programs. Teach work ethic to the next generation. 4 Wealth redistribution. You'll own nothing and be happy. The WEF vision. By 2030, according to WEF promotional materials, private property will be rare. Everything will be rented or shared. Ownership will be replaced by access. Happiness will come from experiences, not possessions. The mechanisms. Carbon taxes and climate regulations. Tax on energy use. Travel consumption. Regulations making ownership expensive. Incentives for renting over owning. Penalties for unsustainable lifestyles. B. Property taxes and regulations. Increasing property taxes force sales. Zoning laws restrict land use. Environmental regulations limit development. Eminent domain for public good. See subscription economy. Software as a service SaaS. You never own software. Cars as a service subscription instead of ownership. Housing as a service, permanent renting. Everything as a service, perpetual payments. D. Digital assets and NFTs. Ownership exists only in the digital realm. Subject to platform rules and censorship. Can be deleted or confiscated. No physical backing or security. Case study: the Netherlands forced farm closures. Government mandating 30% reduction in nitrogen emissions. Forcing closure of thousands of family farms. Farmers offered buyouts or face expropriation. Land to be rewilded or used for housing. Result: consolidation of food production, loss of independence. Biblical warning: woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. Isaiah 5:8. Concentration of property ownership in few hands is a sign of judgment. Watchman strategy: acquire and maintain property ownership. Pay off debts to reduce vulnerability. Invest in productive assets, land, tools, skills. Form cooperative ownership structures. Resist policies that undermine property rights. 5. Debt enslavement, the trap of over-leverage. The current reality. Global debt. Over $300 trillion, 2023 dollars. Government debt. Unprecedented levels in most nations. Corporate debt. Record highs despite low interest rates. Consumer debt. Credit cards, student loans, mortgages the strategy. 1. Create crisis, pandemic, war, climate. 2. Governments borrow massively to respond. 3. Debt becomes unsustainable. 4. Creditors, IMF, World Bank offer solutions. 5. Solutions require policy changes, loss of sovereignty. 6. Nations become vassals to the global financial system. Case study: Greece debt crisis, 2010-2018. Greece accumulated massive debt. Unable to repay, faced default. EU and IMF provided bailouts. Conditions: austerity, privatization, loss of sovereignty. Result: Greece lost control of its own economy. This model is being replicated globally. Pandemic spending created massive debt. Climate initiatives will require more borrowing. Build Back Better programs increase debt. Eventually, debt becomes leverage for control. Biblical warning: the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Proverbs 22:7. Debt is a form of bondage. Nations in debt are not free. Watchman strategy: eliminate personal debt aggressively. Avoid new debt except for productive assets. Support policies that reduce national debt. Prepare for economic collapse scenarios. Build wealth outside the debt-based system. Economic reset implementation timeline. Phase 1, Crisis Creation, 2022-023. COVID-19 pandemic and lockdowns, supply chain disruptions, inflation and economic instability, bank failures and financial stress. Phase 2, Digital Infrastructure, 2023-025. CBDC pilot programs and rollouts, digital ID systems implementation, cashless society normalization warning, ESG scoring expansion. Phase 3, Consolidation, 2025-027. Forced adoption of digital systems, cash restrictions or elimination, UBI implementation, property ownership decline. Phase 4, Full Control, 2027-030. Complete financial surveillance, social credit systems, compliance-based access to economy, you'll own nothing reality. Watchman note: these timelines are projections based on stated goals. Yahuah can interrupt, delay, or accelerate according to his purposes. Our role is to prepare and resist, not to predict exact dates. Yashar'el's economic counter-strategy. Immediate actions now. Reduce debt to zero if possible. Withdraw from unnecessary digital systems. Acquire physical assets, land, tools, precious metals. Build cash reserves while cash exists. Develop marketable skills outside corporate system. Short-term 6-12 months. Establish barter networks in community. Create local currency or trade systems. Form economic cooperatives. Diversify income sources. Reduce dependence on centralized banking. Long-term 1-3 years. Achieve economic self-sufficiency. Build parallel economic structures. Establish covenant-based commerce. Train next generation in independence. Prepare for persecution and exclusion. Transition to Pillar II. The economic reset creates the infrastructure for control, but control requires more than money. It requires surveillance, compliance, and behavioral modification. This is where technology becomes the enforcer of the new order. In the next section, we will expose how the Great Reset plans to use technology to monitor, predict, and control every aspect of human life, creating a digital prison that mirrors the prophetic warnings of Revelation. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Revelation 13:15. Continue to Part 2, Technological Domination and Surveillance Systems. Expanded Chapter 2, The Global Agenda Exposed, What the Great Reset Really Is, Part 2. Pillar II, Technological Domination and Surveillance Systems. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. Revelation 13:16-17. Introduction: The Fourth Industrial Revolution. Klaus Schwab, founder of the World Economic Forum, describes the Great Reset as inseparable from the Fourth Industrial Revolution, a fusion of technologies that blurs the lines between physical, digital, and biological spheres. The four industrial revolutions. 1. First, 1761-840. Steam power mechanization. 2. Second, 1871-914. Electricity mass production. 3. Third, 1962-000. Computers internet automation. 4. Fourth, 2020 present. AI, biotechnology, IoT, quantum computing. What makes the fourth different? Velocity. Changes happening at exponential speed. Breadth. Affecting every industry and sector. Depth. Transforming identity, relationships, and consciousness. Systems impact. Reshaping entire systems, not just processes. Schwab's own words. The fourth industrial revolution will lead to a fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identity. This is not merely technological advancement, it is the redefinition of what it means to be human. Key technological objectives. 1. Biometric identification, the mark system infrastructure. What it is. Biometric identification uses unique physical or behavioral characteristics to identify individuals. Fingerprints, facial recognition, iris retinal scans, voice recognition, DNA profiling, gait analysis, heartbeat signatures, current implementation. A. Digital identity systems. India Aadhaar system, world's largest biometric database, 1.3+ billion people. Required for banking, government services, phone service. Links fingerprints, iris scans, and demographic data. Centralized database vulnerable to breaches. Used to track movements and transactions. European Union Digital Identity Wallet. UI Digital ID System, launching 2024-2025. Stores identity, health records, financial data. Required for accessing government services. Interoperable across all EU nations. Foundation for broader surveillance. United Nations, ID 2020 Alliance. Partnership with Microsoft, Gavi, Rockefeller Foundation. Goal, provide digital ID to everyone by 2030. Promoted as a human right to identity. Reality, global tracking and control system. B vaccine passports and health IDs. COVID-19 as catalyst. Digital health certificates normalized globally. QR codes linking to health databases. Required for travel, employment, public spaces. Precedent for ongoing health surveillance. WHO Digital Health Certificate. Global standard for health credentials. Interoperable across nations. Expandable beyond vaccines, test results, medical history. Foundation for permanent health surveillance. See facial recognition deployment. China's Skynet system. 600+ million surveillance cameras. Real-time facial recognition nationwide. Tracks citizens' movements 24/7. Integrated with social credit system. Used to identify and punish dissidents. United States Clearview AI. Scraped 30+ billion images from the internet. Used by law enforcement and private companies. Identifies individuals in real time. No consent or opt-out mechanism. Expanding to retail, events, public spaces. United Kingdom, live facial recognition. Deployed in London and other cities. Scans crowds for persons of interest. Creates database of innocent citizens. Minimal oversight or accountability. Biblical parallel. The mark of the beast is described as being in their right hand or in their foreheads, Revelation 13:16. While biometric systems are not yet the mark itself, they create the infrastructure. Hand, fingerprints, palm scans, hand geometry. Forehead, facial recognition, iris scans, brain-computer interfaces. Watchman analysis. These systems are conditioning humanity to accept identification and tracking as normal. When the actual mark is introduced, the infrastructure and social acceptance will already be in place. To artificial intelligence, the all-seeing eye. What it is: AI systems that can process massive amounts of data, recognize patterns humans cannot see, predict behavior and outcomes, make decisions autonomously, learn and improve over time. Applications in the Great Reset. A predictive policing and pre-crime. How it works. AI analyzes crime data, social media, location data. Identifies individuals likely to commit crimes. Police intervene before crime occurs. Creates self-fulfilling prophecies. Targeted individuals more likely to be arrested. Case study: Chicago strategic subject list. Algorithm assigns risk scores to citizens. High scores receive increased police attention. Disproportionately targets minority communities. No transparency in how scores are calculated. No way to challenge or appeal scores. Biblical parallel. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? Psalm 94:20. Punishing people for crimes they haven't committed is the ultimate injustice. B. Social credit systems. China's model. Citizens scored based on behavior. Factors: financial transactions, social connections, online activity, compliance with laws. High scores rewards better loans, travel privileges, school access. Low scores, punishments, travel bans, job restrictions, public shamming. Expanding globally. ESG scores for corporations, environmental, social, governance. Credit scores, increasingly based on non-financial factors. Trustworthiness, ratings on platforms. reputation systems in apps and services. How it will work. 1. AI monitors all digital activity. 2. Assigns scores based on compliance with approved behaviors. 3. Scores determine access to services, opportunities, resources. 4. Non-compliance results in social and economic exclusion. 5. Creates self-enforcing conformity through peer pressure. Biblical warning. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Revelation 13:17. Social credit is the mechanism by which the mark system will be enforced. C. Algorithmic governance. The vision. Replace human decision-making with AI algorithms in resource allocation, policy implementation, justice system, healthcare rationing, education placement, employment decisions. The danger. Algorithms reflect biases of creators. No accountability or transparency. No appeal or human judgment. Efficiency prioritized over justice. Dehumanization of governance. Case study, Netherlands CRI system. Algorithm to detect welfare fraud. Targeted low-income neighborhoods. Disproportionately flagged minorities. Ruled unconstitutional in 2020. But similar systems continue elsewhere. 3. Internet of Things IoT, the panopticon. What it is. Network of physical devices embedded with sensors, software, and connectivity, enabling them to collect and exchange data. Examples. Smart home devices, Alexa, Google Home smart thermostats. Wearable technology, smartwatches, fitness trackers. Smart cities, connected infrastructure, sensors everywhere. Connected vehicles, tracking location, driving behavior. Smart appliances, refrigerators, TVs, washing machines. The data collection. Every IoT device is a surveillance tool. Smart speakers. Record conversations, even when off. Smart TVs. Watch viewing habits, some have cameras. Fitness trackers. Monitor health data, location, sleep patterns. Smart thermostats. Know when you're home, your routines. Connected cars. Track everywhere you go, how you drive. Smart meters. Monitor energy use patterns. How it's used. A. Behavioral profiling. AI analyzes data from all devices. Creates a comprehensive profile of your life. Predicts behavior, preferences, vulnerabilities. Used for manipulation and control. B. Real-time surveillance. Authorities can access device data. Monitor citizens without warrants. Track movements and associations. Identify dissent before it organizes. C. Remote control. Devices can be controlled remotely. Smart locks can be opened closed. Vehicles can be disabled. Utilities can be shut off. Access can be granted or denied. Case study, Amazon Ring partnerships. Ring doorbells share footage with police. Create neighborhood surveillance networks. No warrant required for access. Normalize constant monitoring. Turn citizens into surveillance agents. Biblical principle. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. 1 Peter 5:8. The enemy seeks to know everything about us to exploit weaknesses. IoT gives him unprecedented access. Watchman strategy. Minimize use of IoT devices. Disable cameras and microphones when not in use. Use devices that don't require internet connection. Create dumb home systems. Educate others about surveillance risks. 4. Smart cities, the digital prison. The vision. Cities where every aspect is connected, monitored, and optimized through technology. Traffic managed by AI. Energy use monitored and controlled. Waste management automated. Public safety through ubiquitous surveillance. Services delivered through apps and digital platforms. The reality. Smart cities create environments where every movement is tracked, every transaction is recorded, every interaction is monitored, every resource is controlled. Escape is impossible. Case studies. Aesongdo, South Korea, the prototype. Built from scratch as a smart city. Sensors throughout the entire city. All data flows to a central control center. Residents' activities constantly monitored. Efficiency achieved at the cost of privacy. B Sidewalk Labs, Toronto, the failed experiment. Google's attempt to build a smart city. Massive data collection planned. Public backlash forced cancellation. But lessons learned applied elsewhere. See Neom, Saudi Arabia, the dystopian future. $500 billion megacity project. AI-powered surveillance throughout. Facial recognition everywhere. Robots outnumber humans. Complete control over residents. The 15-minute city agenda. Cities redesigned so everything is within a 15-minute walk bike. Sounds convenient but enables. Restriction of movement beyond the neighborhood. Digital permits required to travel. Carbon rationing, limited trips allowed. Neighborhood-level lockdowns. Social credit determining access. Implementation strategy. 1. Promote as environmental and convenience measure. 2. Redesign cities with barriers and zones. 3. Implement digital tracking of movement. 4. Gradually restrict travel between zones. 5. Require permits or credits for travel. 6. Punish noncompliance with fines or restrictions. Biblical parallel. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and the books were opened. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. Revelation 20:12. Smart cities create a secular version of omniscience. Every action recorded, every movement tracked, every decision judged. 5. Transhumanism, redefining humanity. What it is. The belief that humans can and should transcend biological limitations through technology. Genetic engineering. Cybernetic enhancements. Brain-computer interfaces. Life extension technologies. Artificial intelligence integration. The Great Reset Connection. Klaus Schwab explicitly promotes transhumanism as part of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. The Fourth Industrial Revolution will lead to a fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identity. Current developments. mRNA technology. COVID vaccines introduced mRNA to billions. Technology can be used to alter genetic code. Future applications. Vaccines that modify behavior, enhance abilities, or create dependencies. Normalizes idea of genetic modification. Neuralink and brain-computer interfaces. Elon Musk's company developing brain implants. Goal: direct interface between brain and computers. Applications: control devices with thoughts, download information, enhance cognition. Danger: external control of thoughts and behaviors. See CRISPR gene editing. Technology to edit DNA. Used to cure genetic diseases. Potential to create designer bobbies. Danger: redefining what it means to be human. Synthetic biology. Creating artificial life forms. Merging biological and mechanical systems. Upgrading humans with synthetic parts. Blurring line between human and machine. The spiritual dimension. Why this matters biblically. 1. Humans are created in Elohim's image, Genesis 1:27. Transhumanism seeks to remake humans in man's image. 2. The body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh, 1 Corinthians 6:19. Genetic modification defiles the temple. 3. Yahshua came in the flesh, 1 John 4:2. Humanity's redemption is tied to our created nature. 4. The resurrection is physical, 1 Corinthians 15:42-44. Modified humans may not be redeemable. The days of Noah parallel. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. Luke 17:26. In Noah's day, fallen angels corrupted human genetics, Genesis 6:4. Nephilim hybrid beings filled the earth. Yahuah sent the flood to preserve pure human lineage. Only Noah's family was perfect in their generations, Genesis 6:9. Today, genetic modification threatens the human genome. Transhumanism creates post-human beings. Judgment is coming. Only those who remain fully human and faithful will be preserved. Watchman warning. Transhumanism is not merely technological advancement. It is spiritual warfare against the image of Elohim in humanity. Those who accept genetic modification may be crossing a line from which there is no return. Technology implementation timeline. Phase 1. Normalization 2020-2023. Biometric IDs introduced for health and safety. Digital payments normalized. IoT devices in most homes. Surveillance accepted as necessary. Phase 2. Integration 2023-2025. Warning digital IDs required for more services. Warning cash increasingly restricted. Warning smart city pilots expanded. Warning AI governance experiments. Phase 3. Enforcement 2025-2027. Gear digital ID mandatory for all transactions. Gear social credit systems implemented. Gear movement restricted without digital authorization. Gear transhumanism normalized. Phase 4. Total control 2027-2030. Gear complete surveillance state. Gear AI governed society. Gear transhumanism widespread. Gear resistance nearly impossible. Yashar'el's technological counter strategy. Immediate actions. Minimize digital footprint. Remove unnecessary IoT devices. Use privacy-focused alternatives. Disable location tracking. Encrypt communications. Short-term. Develop offline skills and knowledge. Create analog backup systems. Build community networks outside digital platforms. Learn to function without technology. Teach children to resist digital dependency. Long-term. Establish technology-free zones and communities. Preserve knowledge in non-digital formats. Maintain human-to-human communication networks. Resist all genetic modification. Prepare for persecution of the unmodified. Pillar III, societal reset rewriting the social contract. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Isaiah 5:20. Introduction, the new normal. The Great Reset seeks to fundamentally rewrite the relationship between individuals, communities, and governments. What was once considered tyranny is now framed as necessary governance. What was once freedom is now labeled as selfishness. Key societal objectives. 1. Expanded government power, the nanny state on steroids. The shift from limited government with enumerated powers to unlimited government with authority over all aspects of life. How it's justified. Public health emergencies, climate crisis, economic instability, national security threats, social justice imperatives. What it looks like. A. Emergency powers becoming permanent. COVID, Lockdowns normalized government control over. Movement stay-at-home orders, travel restrictions. Assembly gathering limits, protest bans. Commerce business closures, capacity limits. Speech censorship of misinformation. Medical decisions, vaccine mandates. Case study, Canada Emergencies Act 2022. Invoked against trucker protests. Froze bank accounts without court orders. Suspended civil liberties. Criminalized peaceful protest. Set precedent for future use. Be surveillance as governance. Governments monitoring citizens constantly. Data collection justified as public good. Predictive algorithms determining interventions. No presumption of innocence or privacy. See behavioral modification programs. Nudge units in governments worldwide. Using psychology to manipulate behavior. Framing as helping people make better choices. Reality, social engineering and control. Biblical warning. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Proverbs 29:2. Expanded government power in wicked hands leads to oppression, to erosion of privacy, nothing hidden, everything known. The principle: if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. The reality: privacy is not about hiding wrongdoing. It's about maintaining human dignity, autonomy, and freedom from manipulation. How privacy is being eliminated. A mass surveillance infrastructure. Cameras everywhere, streets, stores, homes. Internet activity monitored. Phone calls and messages accessible. Financial transactions tracked. Health data collected. Social connections mapped. B. Data sharing between entities. Governments sharing with corporations. Corporations sharing with governments. International data sharing agreements. No consent or control over your data. See the surveillance capitalism model. How it works. 1. Free services offered, Google, Facebook, etc. 2. Users provide data in exchange. 3. Data analyzed to predict behavior. 4. Predictions sold to advertisers and others. 5. Behavior manipulated for profit. 6. Users become products, not customers. Shoshana Zuboff's warning. In her book, The Age of Surveillance Capitalism, she describes behavioral surplus extracted from users. Prediction products sold to highest bidders. Instrumentarian power that shapes behavior. Anti-democratic asymmetries of knowledge and power. Biblical principle. The secret things belong unto Yahuah our Elohim, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever. Deuteronomy 29:29. Humans are entitled to privacy. Total transparency is reserved for Yahuah alone. 3. Redefinition of truth, ministry of truth. The strategy: control information, control reality. How it's implemented. A. Censorship as safety. Misinformation and disinformation labels. Fact checkers determining truth. Deplatforming dissenting voices. Shadow banning and algorithmic suppression. Who decides truth? Tech companies, unelected, unaccountable. Government agencies, political motivations. Experts, often conflicted or captured. International bodies, WHO, UN, etc. Case study, COVID-19 information control. Lab leak theory censored, later acknowledged as possible. Natural immunity dismissed, later recognized. Vaccine efficacy claims changed repeatedly. Treatment options suppressed. Dissenting doctors silenced. B. Propaganda as news. Media consolidation. Few corporations own most outlets. Coordinated messaging across platforms. Emotional manipulation over factual reporting. Narrative control over truth-seeking. See historical revisionism. Rewriting history to fit current narratives. Removing or altering past content. Memory holding inconvenient facts. Creating false historical consensus. Biblical warning. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. Isaiah 5:20. When truth is inverted, society collapses into chaos. Watchman strategy. Verify information from multiple sources. Preserve primary sources and documents. Teach critical thinking skills. Build alternative information networks. Speak truth regardless of consequences. 4. Social engineering, reshaping human nature. The goal: create compliant, predictable, controllable populations. The methods: A. Education system, indoctrination. Critical race theory, dividing by race. Gender ideology, confusing identity. Climate alarmism, creating fear and guilt. Revisionist history, erasing heritage. Moral relativism, destroying absolutes. B. Media and entertainment programming. Normalizing perversion. Glorifying rebellion. Mocking faith and family. Promoting materialism and hedonism. Desensitizing to violence and evil. See pharmaceutical dependency. Medicating normal human emotions. Creating lifelong drug dependencies. Suppressing natural responses to unnatural conditions. Profiting from perpetual patience. D. Family destruction. Redefining marriage and family. Promoting alternative lifestyles. Undermining parental authority. Separating children from parents. Destroying generational bonds. Biblical foundation. The family is Yahuah's primary institution. Marriage between man and woman, Genesis 2:24. Parents responsible for children's education, Deuteronomy 6:7. Generational blessing and inheritance, Proverbs 13:22. Family as model for kingdom relationships, Ephesians 5:22-6-4. Watchman strategy. Homeschool or alternative education. Limit media consumption. Strengthen family bonds. Teach biblical worldview. Create countercultural communities. Pillar IV, geopolitical reset, the rise of global governance. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Revelation 17:12-13. Introduction, the end of nations. The Great Reset envisions a world where national sovereignty is subordinate to global governance. This is framed as necessary to address global challenges that no single nation can solve alone. Key geopolitical objectives. 1. STRNGTHNING, supranational BODIS. The organizations. A. United Nations, UN. Agenda 2030 and Sustainable Development Goals. Increasing authority over member nations. Peacekeeping forces as a global army. Standardizing laws and regulations globally. B. World Health Organization, WHO. Pandemic treaty negotiations. Authority to declare emergencies. Power to mandate responses. Overriding national health policies. See International Monetary Fund, IMF, World Bank. Controlling global finance. Conditioning loans on policy compliance. Forcing structural adjustments. Creating debt dependency. D. World Trade Organization, WTO. Regulating international commerce. Overriding national trade policies. Enforcing global standards. Punishing noncompliance. The pattern. 1. Create or identify crisis. 2. Declare crisis, global in nature. 3. Argue national solutions insufficient. 4. Propose supranational authority. 5. Implement gradually through treaties and agreements. 6. Consolidate power over time. 2. Erosion of national sovereignty. How it happens. A. Treaty obligations. Nations sign treaties ceding authority. Treaties supersede national laws. Withdrawal made difficult or impossible. Enforcement through economic pressure. B. Economic coercion. Trade agreements requiring policy changes. Loans conditional on reforms. Sanctions for non-compliance. Currency manipulation. C. Military intervention. Humanitarian interventions. Responsibility to protect doctrine. Regime change operations. Proxy wars. Case study, European Union. Started as economic cooperation. Evolved into political union. Member nations lost sovereignty over. Currency Euro. Borders Schengen. Laws EU regulations. Courts European Court of Justice. Brexit showed difficulty of leaving. 3. Multipolar world order. The shift from US-led unipolar order to multipolar order with regional powers. The players: United States declining influence, China rising power, Russia reasserting influence, European Union economic power, India emerging player. The strategy: use rivalry between powers to justify global governance. Competition requires coordination. Conflict requires mediation. Chaos requires order. Biblical parallel. Daniel's vision of 4 beasts, Daniel 7, represents successive empires, culminating in a final beast that is diverse from all and devours the whole earth. Daniel 7:23. The multipolar order may be the transitional phase before the final global empire. Candle. Conclusion. The mask of benevolence. The Great Reset cloaks itself in noble language, safety, sustainability, equity, and progress. But beneath the rhetoric lies a plan for surveillance, control, and convergence. Financial systems made programmable, societies made transparent, behaviors made predictable, and nations made subordinate. The Watchman's task is not to fear, but to see clearly. What is unfolding is not unstoppable, but it is inevitable if Yashar'el sleeps. We are called to be sober, be vigilant. 1 Peter 5:8. Not because our enemy is omnipotent, but because deception thrives where discernment is absent. Folded hands prayer of discernment and resolve. O Yahuah Tsevod, grant your people wisdom to discern the schemes of the adversary clothed in the garments of progress. Strengthen our hearts to resist the seduction of false peace and empower us to build your kingdom amid the shaking. Let the remnant of Yashar'el rise with courage, proclaiming your truth and walking in covenant faithfulness, unbowed before the idols of this age. In Yahshua HaMashiach's name we pray, Amen. Continue to Chapter 3, Prophetic Warnings, Scripture, and End-Time Parallels.
As we stand upon the wall of Yashar'el, remember this: the Most High has not called us to fear the darkness, but to shine through it. Every watchman is appointed, every prayer is heard, and every act of faith shakes the foundations of the enemy's camp. Do not grow weary, and do not leave your post. What Yahuah reveals, he also equips you to withstand. This is the hour to pray, to prepare, and to walk in the authority of Yahshua HaMashiach with discernment, courage, and obedience. The trumpet is sounding, and the remnant is rising. Until next time, stay watchful, stay faithful, and stand strong for Yahuah Tsawal. In Yahshua HaMashiach's name, Amen.